Hey everybody, how's it going? Got another Mustang project. I ordered this MP Concepts blank rear finish panel probably about over a month ago at this point from American Muscle. I don't normally prefer to deal with American Muscle. I've had some bad customer service experience in the past, but they were the ones that sold this. And what I was waiting for was my new Howler badge. This is actually not the cheap plastic one. This is the heavy forged, or whatever they do, however they make it, metal one. And it is similar to the one that's on the front of my 2017 Mustang, although they changed the design a little bit, and this one just says Coyote rather than GT 5.0, which is fine. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and mount that to the rear panel, and then I'm going to put this on the car because I don't really care for the one. I've actually never really liked the GT emblem that's on there. I think it's too big and it looks kind of out of place on the car if you ask me. But anyway, let me go ahead and get this opened up and I'll show you what it's going to look like. And here's the emblem. It came in a box, wrapped in this bubble wrap, and then again individually wrapped in this cellophane. So I'm going to go ahead and open it, wipe it down with some Windex, and I'm going to spray this matte clear over top like I did with the front emblem, just to kind of tone it down a little bit, get rid of the shiny chromy look, and maybe give it a little more protection. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. Alright, a couple of coats of matte clear on this. I'm going to go ahead and let it dry. And you can see it's still wet, but it does tone it down a bit, which I like. I'll let that dry and then it should be ready to mount to the rear panel. Okay, it's out of its package, and I should say this is the actual replacement panel, not the cover that goes over your factory panel where you have to remove your emblem and then kind of double side tape that on. This is the actual full replacement panel, and this was more expensive. I'll put a link in the description, and it seems to be really good quality, seems to match as far as the factory one goes, but you can see that's what it'll look like. And here's of course what the factory one looks like right now, just the plain GT, but like I said, I never really liked that, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off and put that one on. So this won't necessarily be a how-to video because there are others online to do that, but I know I got to remove the trim panel inside the trunk and pop some clips out, and this hopefully shouldn't take too long. And I just noticed in the box comes this instruction manual, which it's pretty, looks like it's pretty detailed, pretty simple. Just need to remove, looks like this one and this one on this side, unbolt it, and then pry it off with the trim tool, and then stick it on. It should be pretty straightforward. I'm going to go ahead and get this old panel off. Alright, I've got the new panel all prepped and everything taken off the old one. Have to transfer the camera, the backup camera, and believe it or not, these stupid clips took me about a half hour. They came out of the old one pretty easy, but getting them in the new one was pretty difficult, and of course that wasn't mentioned in the instructions. The other thing the instruction doesn't talk about is transferring any of these clips. There's 4 of these on top, and then these rubber seals for the side. They came out pretty easy, so I obviously transferred them. This kind of real flimsy, I think it's just more of a cushion or something, a weather strip. This is not going to come off of here without ripping into a million pieces, so I'm going to, I guess, do without those. But in the meantime, everything else is off and the camera hopefully is in the right direction. So I'm going to go ahead and try to mount this to the car. Okay, here is the panel installed, and the fitment is pretty good. No issues there. The gloss is pretty much the same as the factory. The only thing that I can see, and I'll open this up so you can see what I mean, This part of the panel, the underside, is, I don't know if it's coming out on the camera, but it's definitely not as finished as the factory panel, but I guess it's a small price to pay. Slightly larger gap here and slightly larger gap there, and you can see there's, I don't know if it's some staining or what, and kind of where they melted the top panel onto the bottom panel. But again, I guess I'm not going to complain because there really are no other options as far as full panel replacement. So the last thing really that I have to do is go ahead and attach this emblem, which I'm going to do, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. All finished. I've waited a long time for that finishing touch, and I'm glad that I was able to pull it together. I like this emblem much better than the GT emblem, but the best part is I didn't have to destroy the rear panel, the factory panel, to make this happen. So if for whatever reason I ever want to switch, I can always do that very easily. So with this modification, I'm going to consider the rear of the car, or actually the entire car itself, pretty much done cosmetically. There isn't anything else I really want to do. Maybe some different wheels when it comes time to buy tires, but that's not going to be anytime soon since I only have 4,000 miles on the car. So for now, that'll do it. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side.
Oh, come on, damn it! Oh, that sounds good.